Hi, beautiful souls. Hi, Linda. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Sarah. How is everyone doing? Let me know where you're joining from. I'm just getting this training done on YouTube. Chile in NYC. Hi, Karen. Yeah, we can feel that autumn, the cold starting up, yeah, in the early mornings and evenings. From UK, joining from Mexico. Wow, wonderful. Hi, Seren. Tennessee, fairly good this gray, cool day. Cold here. From California, lovely. Yeah, I'm here in Seattle. I get to see these beautiful change in the weather, the autumn leaves, and yeah, shredding off the tree. It's so beautiful to watch the colors change. Yeah, it's amazing. Isn't it just like it makes you feel like, can I pause and just witness what's happening around me? It's so much beauty, right? And that also reminds me the change in seasons is allowing us to shift in the change in ourselves as well. What you see out is a reflection to in as well. It's like totally preparing us for the hibernation period that's coming up in December. Like generally we switch off, or it's ideal to switch off and take some time to recharge. Yeah. And also, like whenever I see these leaves falling, it always reminds me of like confetti, or a sparkling or a beautiful fairy dust over us. It's so beautiful. Yeah. And also what you can do is like, I do this, try it if it works for you. Visualize you're releasing, letting go an aspect that's uncomfortable, or you're done with it as the leaf is falling down. It's so beautiful to visualize. Hmm. So welcome everyone to this so needed topic of energy protection techniques. I think I've given talk about it in a couple of times here on Insight Timer. Absolutely love it. Let's make it interactive. That's what I would request you all. Like, there is only so much I can share from my experience, but I love to know what works for you and what have you tried. Like, if something I'm sharing, if you have tried in, let me know. Or if there is something else that you're doing in and that's working for you, great. Let me know that too. So we all can share from each other. That's the most important thing. And that's the most beautiful act we can do by being here together and raising our frequencies. Yeah. As we protect our energies, we are also raising our frequencies. Now tell me how many of you are feeling intense toxic energies up around us, not only our own emotions but also around us that we are dealing with, right? Even on the road rage, like, yeah, or it could be like, you meet your old friend and you feel like, oh my god, so much of like clutter they have got, like, what's happening, or we are feeling tired, low in frequencies as well. So here is that subject that we are going to be discussing today. Like, if you resonate with it, hold on to it, because I'm going to be sharing all the most important things that work for me. Like, I have like a pager here with all the tips that I'll be going through. Yeah. For those who are totally new to me, welcome, guys. And my name is Sri Manju. I'm here from Seattle, and half my life I spent in India and another part in Ireland. And I've been working in the energy frequencies for the past 13 years. And yeah, so much to learn every time I come up here. I realize like, oh my God, I don't know so many things, like, and that's where the life gets so interesting. Yeah. It's interesting to see some comments there. My roommate is challenging to live with. Interviewing 24/7 with employers feels exhausting and toxic times. I would run away if I could. So, but I understand not having a support. Um, can't escape it. I'm isolated from anyone outside other than him. So it's constantly toxic. I have strong energies in my office. I'm toxic. We need help protecting. Of course, yes. These are the ideal situations that we'll be working with. Like, give it a open kind of a view into all these energies. Some things you may need to get some stuff, some things it's about like noticing what's happening with you, who is causing it. Is great to know it, some of you at least, like so these protection techniques can work with it. Yeah, and some of them, like not some of them, all of them, I can guarantee they will work at some sort of frequency for you guys. Yeah. So, like, thinking about like what is happening when we don't protect our energies is feeling drained, feeling tired, body cramps, muscle aches, anxiousness, or feeling literally sick or exhausted. Do you guys feel that? That's the most common thing these days, isn't it? Like you're not feeling up yourself and you're carrying the energies for everyone else around you rather than for yourself, right? Like when you are in your own alignment, you feel great, but it's other people or other emotions that are around us. So what's happening is when your frequency is shifting more into the light, you're attracting more fireflies, which are hurting us or which are challenging us. Yeah, these firefly can be people are feeling like, oh, there is more light. Let's go grab that light. Like, on purpose they might do, or unknowingly they would do it. Like, do you have a friend who calls in or a family who calls you in and talks about the same rant over and over and over for an hour? And then you realize like, oh my God, I had so much to do. Now I feel depleted. I can't even function from this space. Have you ever felt that? Yeah, we all have those kind of people, isn't it? And here is like, where we disconnect. First thing is to recognize what you're feeling, when you're feeling, and who is causing it. That's the first thing to recognize, like, what is your energy and what is your not your energies. Yeah, and that's it's much easier to protect with, at least in the areas that you're going to be working with. Okay, I'm going to go into this friend, I might feel this way. Okay, let's bring these techniques. Or you are constantly living with someone, like when you're out, like even going for a shopping or going for a walk, you can bring these techniques with you, and when you come back you will have a much lighter feel to hold up that space or do the shift work that you need to do. Sometimes we stuck with some relations, we can't show our voice, like we can't express because of whatever, like the conditions that we are holding up to. That's another subject. But what you can do is allow this integration of your strength to come in so you can act on what it feels right for you. So there are many signs, definitely watch those out. Yeah. And sometimes, our auric field is like a sponge. It attracts everything, like, trying to do good. If you're an empath, like, or a light worker, you get up and you feel like, I want to change the world and I want to make everyone feel better. And that is the cause of, like, we feel drained because, of course, it's great to work with everyone. It's great to hold space for everyone, but taking some time to shift those frequency. I don't want to carry energies of a toxic relationship into my therapy room for my clients, because my clients are already coming in with some stuff to be released. So I don't want to carry or be the messenger in between, carrying that energy in between. So that's where all these techniques do come in. So for me, the most important thing is to always visualize in a light. So number one, always visualize yourself in a light, like, think about, like, a protective light or like a spotlight, like, always visualize yourself under the light. So when you are under the light, you are recharging yourself, like you're under the shower, like all the water is draining all the toxins out, like, so that is great. Like, visualize yourself under a spotlight or protective light, like a white light or blue blue frequency light as well. Like any colors that come to you, those spectrum colors, they are what you need it. Ideally, like, white is great. It's purity that goes through. Anything that is not of a highest frequency is not getting through, and it's not causing you to be tired. So that is how you're setting your intentions of this light around you to be there, like, so that's the most important thing. So any energies, like, anyone's anger, anyone's frustration, anyone's unforgiveness, anyone's, like, concerns of their own worries is not going to come through this white light that I have shielded. Say, for example, I want to go for a travel and somebody says, oh my God, that travel is going to be horrendous because I had a very bad trip there, like, and immediately we take on to their worries, their fears of their experience, but we forget that's their experience, not ours. So that is so important to, like, build a bridge, not to let that cross into you, because you need to create your own experiences from your own self. That's the most important thing. Like, the same trip to that same place, same kind of itinerary might leave you into a high light because you are seeing the world from your lenses, not through their lenses. So block it off. Block it off. It doesn't mean that you're blocking the relationship. Remember that you're only blocking their fears, their insecurities, their unresolved things in coming into yourself. Does that make sense? Simple white light. And this can be applied, like, while you're in the workplace, while you're inside the house with a toxic relationship, or while at the pickup of your children from school, like, or with your own children as well. Like, kids do carry unknowingly the toxins from other children around. So they could be bringing home someone else like fears or someone else worries as well. Like, even as young as like into the elementary school or something as well. So you visualize the white light or the protective light, and that's it, done deal. Like, again, you are keeping yourself safe, just like you lock your main doors to keep yourself protected, like, and only welcome the right people into your house. You are giving that permission, like, or saying, hey, only this can, no trespassing, like, nothing else can come through. The more you are stronger, the more you become like holding on to, latching on to this beautiful energy connection. Yeah. So definitely hold on to that. Like, for me, like, again, like a sticky notes are the wonderful tool techniques. Like, maybe even picturize yourself under a spotlight, like, in the TEDx talk or something, you see like there is a spotlight and the person is inside and everything is dark. Like, you don't need to know what's happening outside it, like none of our business, when we don't need to work with it. Like, there is only so much you can give without recharging yourself. Don't try to be like, oh, for all. No, we are only for some people, and we can only help some people where they are taking charge of themselves. When I was new into this whole healing thing, I used to talk so much about trying to convert everyone into Reiki and trying to convert everyone to have a blissful life, like, but then I realized that's their contract to go through their journey, their own troubles. I can't change it unless they make their contracts to saying, hey, I need help. When someone needs a help is where you can give your 100%. But until then, important is you need to help yourself. And by doing it, you're not separating yourself, and you're not taking away beautiful people from your life. Remember that. Yeah. So white light is beautiful. So the next one I absolutely love, my favorite one is, of course, all are going to be my favorite at some point that I have used everything, is crystals. Like, again, crystals or even a beach rock are beautiful to hold to ground. Anything like, when I hold a crystal, my intention is when I'm holding it, anything that's not serving for my highest good to shred off me. Absolutely shred off you. You can even visualize like it's like a thin ice around you, breaking up and melting away, or like a dust moving out of you. And that way you are protecting yourself, your own energies, and releasing what's holding you back. So crystals are amazing, like, to recharge. Again, they also not only release what's not yours, they are recharging your energy centers, which are chakras, meridian points, or even your whole body, the cells, to recharge and not feel the pressure of outside world. Yeah, it's mostly the pressure of the outside world is what's impacting since the age of 7 for us, and now when we are coming out of that fog, you need a light, you need a path to be shown to you that you can walk onto. So this crystals, any crystal, you can pick up generally for protection, like Hermica diamond or selenite or black stone crystals are amazing, that I have found it to be more grounding. But any crystal will do as well, because they have all the properties that we need for our soul. And at that moment, you can say, hey, I only have this kind of a crystal, and can you please protect me? Have it in your pocket, have it as your bracelet, or wear it as a pendant or a ring, carry it along, build a relation with your crystal. It need not be expensive, simple things. Or again, as said, the beach stones are fantastic too, because they have so much of earth element. Earth element grounds us, keeps us in balance. So you are functioning from that. So it acts as like armor. Anything hard hitting us is just breaking up. It's not going through into your auric body and sitting with you. Definitely this helps, when you go into, you need to have a conversation, or you need to meet someone in a shopping mall, or in someone's house where there is going to be heavy energies, maybe someone has addiction issues or someone is narcissistic. You are going in with your shield, with your armor, and bringing the person out. If without you being protected, you're going to get sucked into like a mudslide, which is easy. How many of you have experienced to have a positive thought is such a struggle than having a negative thought, right? We really, really work hard to put a positive thought in our head, but simply one negative thought collapses us, right? It's so easy for the negative thoughts to come in and take over. So watch out, watch that. Without your armor, don't go and help anyone. It's so important. You can't go into a battlefield without an armor. Straight away, you're going to be hit hard. So don't do that to yourself. No matter how sensitive, how empathic, how beautiful light worker you are, don't do this for your own self, because for you to raise back again, it takes a lot of effort. Remember, the initial days are maybe you need to remind yourself to have these little toolkit, like toolboxes or reminders to use them for your practices. But afterwards, it gets super, super easy. Trust me, it becomes you're naturally knowing, in the morning when you brush your teeth, what exactly is the process. It becomes so natural, rhythmic, that without that you won't feel complete. So trust me, the more you practice, and the more easier it gets into your own life to adapt to all these beautiful tools. Yeah. So crystal is one of the great things, to protect ourselves. Visualization, just like you visualize the white light. If someone has a difficulty in visualizing, repeat the words, through affirmations. Just saying, I can't visualize white light right now in front of me or around me. I'm going to say, white light is around me and protecting me. It becomes your affirmation. There is no ifs and buts. When you're affirming, say it in a positive sentence and present tense, so there is no doubts. Even though you have a doubt, will it work or not? Why not? Be skeptic and say, through the placebo idea, I'm just saying it. Let it work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but give it a chance. Being positive, saying, yes, it's working. Let's give it a try. That's all. No ifs and buts. So that way you're just visualizing and saying, this white light is protecting from any toxic things, and nothing of the low frequencies, low vibrations to be working on. So visualization is the strongest. Most of the athletes, most of the celebrities, they do use it, and it's a beautiful technique tool, but used by many coaches, to get your goals. Your goals can't be achieved unless you have a dream, you have a vision to go and grab them. And the same applies with your protection as well. Without you thinking about it, that you're protected, you can't get into the war field. And that's where like we are going to feel defeated. And literally, like, it's not pleasant to hold on to toxic energies. Yeah. Some days, like, when I feel like there has been so much of overwhelm when I'm in a crowd and everything, I'll feel like anxious. It's sitting in my heart. And then I realize my life is great. Why am I still feeling this anxiousness? This is not my energy. Did you guys ever feel that? You're carrying someone's burden, someone's emotions, someone's thought through your dreams, and you feel like tightness in your muscles, sleeplessness, or maybe you don't feel like eating, nothing is inspiring you, because the buildup of all these energies is so heavy. The harder, darker energy is much heavier than the lighter. And you feel like, don't want to get out of the bed, don't want to do anything, nothing is motivating you, and you feel completely depleted. Even at that depletion moment, if you're at right now listening to this, imagine you're having the energy. Imagine you're raising your hands, your palms, and you're moving through in your head. Imagine yourself dancing in your mind. And that imagination within 24 hours will make you get out of the bed. Say you're not getting out of the bed until 10 in the morning. You are able to get out of the bed like at least 9:30. So this imagination is making you less feel vulnerable about yourself and strengthen up yourself. Like, no, it's great, you're hit at the rock bottom. There is no other way, but from there, nothing else. You can rise up. Yeah. Visualization in your head is the most important thing. How are you guys feeling about these techniques? Have you been using them? Let's see some comments. I like when everyone is responsible for themselves. Yes, ideal world, Sarah. Yeah, definitely. I would love that. Like, but it's getting interesting. Like, more children are rising up, more parents are being conscious about it, teaching to the children, like, in their society as well. Like, most of us are speaking about it, like, so definitely in maybe a few years' time, this will become normalizing that we are not feeling awkward about any of these situations. Yeah. How not to allow your partner's emotions with your own home, daily rituals to keep evil entities away. Okay, great. Yeah, that's a good point. So especially when we are living with our partners, it's so like our auric fields are literally one, like, living through in the same proximity. There is no space, no gap. Like, yeah, the best tools that I find are found is like, especially living for a short time with a friends who could be toxic, or family members when you meet as well, is I use smudging through Palo Santo is a great smudging tool. The smoke of it will cleanse you up. Or sage is great. The other one that I have been loving is copal resin, which is great. Like, these are all the ancient times ones that are not new. We didn't bring it up. Our ancestors have brought it up, like, because they did feel the energies. But now most of the households are using it, or at least I know you guys will resonate what a Palo Santo would be. So as you can see, this smudge, this is what you can do is around your energy field, around the room, like the bedrooms or the living rooms. Living rooms are the worst ones, or the kitchen is the worst one. You can feel it when I do go for a house energy cleanses, or when I do it remotely as well. The kitchens or the living rooms are the one that holds that, like, heavy energies. That's where the most arguments come in. That's where the frustrations come in, like, so definitely, like, watch out. Yeah, what you can do is slightly open up the windows, play beautiful music that shifts your frequency even when the partner is home or when they go out. You can do ideally, so you're clearing up, like, and a few other things is the sound as well, like, going around the corners of the room, clapping up, so the sound is wherever it's stuck is releasing up. what else is like, if you have a Tibetan bowl, or like, play up in the YouTube as well. So those energies are shifting up. So when the partner comes up, like, you don't feel so much because you got some space, you cleared it up, the old energies. So what it's latching onto is not going to be heavy because now you're standing straight. Your pillar foundation is stronger. So that will help. Yeah, definitely. Maybe within a week of doing this, you can do early days, like, every couple of days, and then you will notice like, oh, this is great, I feel much lighter, like, and we can have better conversations. Even the partner might be changing to whatever they might be holding up, their own heavy energies, like, their toxic environment might lighten up as well, and they might feel better about themselves, so they're not hard on their partners. So that's a whole another lot of topic out there, like, why it causes, why we are in a relationship like that, how to help each other as well. But these are some of the great ones. Yeah, especially the bedroom, living room, kitchen. Ideally, I would be doing the smudging. And what you can do is, like, sometimes my clients would be saying like, hey, actually they never leave the house, either whatever reasons, like, too toxic to go out, or to on alcohol that they don't go out, or like, disabled, whatever the reasons it is, like, what you can visualize is visualize yourself and the room that you're, like, wanting the peace to begin with, like spreading the white light. So as you're cleansing, like, you can still do it with your mind. Your mind is so powerful and so strong that you can still do it. Yeah. So that way you are cleansing up. Yeah. And you're protecting yourself. So cleanse and protect is ideal. Like, it's just like, you remove your makeup, and then you just do the cleansing, right? And you do some facial massage, and then you feel your skin better. So that way, definitely, yeah. Tried some techniques. I have very negative energy. I'm trying to clear from my life my ex-husband, but I have to interact with him several days a week. As our son, who is struggling in school, having a lot of issues, so son is picking it up, acting out against me, even really need protection and clearing. Like, yeah, these situations I have come across before, Amy. What really helps is, like, either cord clearing, like, or protecting for your child and for yourself. You can visualize it. So, like, already what the child is going through, the heavy energies from school, it's not taking on more for themselves. Like, yeah, definitely, like in each of the cubes, you can imagine a light protecting and separating you guys, so you're not bumping onto each other's energies, and cord cutting as well. Yeah, or violet flame energies. There are few energy techniques that I talk about on my YouTube. You'll have some links there. Yeah. So give it a try with that. Just brought the Palo Santo stick. I use sage, but it doesn't burn well. Sometimes when the sage, like, when doesn't burn well, what you can do is take the leaves apart and just use the leaf, so it gives releases much better and it lasts longer as well. Yeah. And if they're not burning, maybe they are not authentically sourced as well. Sometimes that happens. But Palo Santo is my favorite because it's less the smoke is much milder, the woody thing. Yeah, so it's much easier. Just going to see a few more comments. I do smudge regularly, but once they come in, take on their energies of anger and frustrations. Again, in that moment, like, protection is so important. Whatever they release is not going to be attached to you. I find myself taking on mimicking facial expressions of others at times. This makes me realize I need to get grounded again. That's interesting one. I have a black stone. I made room cleansing with batch flowers. Yes, that's absolutely great one. Yeah. The other one is, like, essential oils are great. Like, yeah, for me, the highest source of essential oils that I love is Aura Soma essential oils. They're amazing for room protections, for your auric protections as well. I just love, like, my favorite one is all of them in Aurasoma, and Archangel Michael will be most, I love it. It's all like authentically sourced and a high frequency light they have. All you need to do is, like, set an intention. I'm clearing up the space, like, so I do spray around my aura or around in the room. And when anyone walking generally in my therapy room, they always feel much lighter. So I have my therapy room in my house. So I didn't want, like, anything to spread from either way, like, whatever the house energy into my therapy room or therapy room energy into the house. So definitely for me, all these protection things, all these integration things I do work on. So I do see the effect of it being positive. So again, like, you can prepare your own ones. Sometimes I do buy off the friends who prepare, but sometimes I feel like, after a while, the energy is not the same. But again, feel it, charge it, like, and keep it on. Recently, my crystal lady suggested to have a selenite crystal when you walk into the house on your left side. When you walk into the house on your left side, selenite crystal. Selenite crystal is like a see-through kind of a, not see-through, the white crystal. I don't have one handy here to show. So selenite crystal is great, yeah, to leave it at the entrance when you walk into. So it might be nice to get one of those crystals. Yeah, actually, I do have. So something like these selenite wands or selenite crystals are great to leave into the house, and they are going to be releasing any energies, because that's the other thing. Like, I'm noticing the flow of anyone bringing into the energies. Like, as a therapist, when you commit to helping, you also need to work on the space. And to keep it as much as lighter possible for the next one coming into the home. I really don't want for them to latch on to any other residues from the other client, because already we have enough package to deal with. Yeah. So selenite is amazing. Don't let it come in contact with water. It melts away. So selenite is a self-cleansing crystal as well, I heard. And yeah, leave them, a couple of them. They're not too expensive as well. Leave them around in your house, and they attract the energies, any negative energies, and disperses them into lighter energies. So they do the job for us. I do give crystals to my children as well in their school bags as a protection, and they do wear as pendants as well, like, so it's going to be a good one, like, to hold on, to teach them for the younger children, like, how to use it, and how to, like, believe in it, like, belief is all it matters. Even if it's a placebo, belief is what it matters. Yeah. So those crystals are great, like, sage, Palo Santo, and what else? The other one was a copal resin is great. And the other protection techniques are, so protection techniques are great. Like, once at least you release some layers of it. Releasing the layers, what we are holding on to already, is important when you feel like you're totally flat out drained energy. Releasing is important. To release, some techniques that you can do is dry brushing. How many of you do dry brushing? Do you like it? Do you do it? Do you regularly practice it? I used to do like once a month, once a week, but recently I've been doing it every day. Like, dry brush. It's you get in most of the body shops, or most of the places where you can get the shampoos or stuff, like, dry brush. What I did, Amy, is put our sticky note near the bathroom, so I remember to do it, literally, because you forget, like, we are in either a rush, like, and then afterwards you realize, oh, I should have. So all you need to do with the dry brush is, like, gently run through all around your body from head to toes, literally head to toes, remember. And what it also does is your skin is being cleansed, because there is a dry flake skin, like, every morning when you wake up after the sleep, the skin is shredding. And also the lymphatic drainage system works better when you do that, and your skin glows as well. So dry brushing technique is an intention to release any heavy energies in your auric field. Yeah. So head to toes, front and back as much as possible, release, and then get into the shower. So again, the water is great as well to release any further in your auric field. The shower, especially, like, the water coming down from the shower, you can visualize that energy is the water energy is cleansing your auric field. And that's the reason, like, many people, like when we go through depression or mental health issues, we either stay away from water or we love to be in the water bath for a long time. The water is cleansing, soothing us. Yeah. But as it is doing anyway, set an intention that it's cleansing me up. Yeah. Salt bath is great. Salt again disintegrates any heavy energies, like, that's amazing. Like, so salt is releasing any stuck energies in our auric bodies, in our physical body as well, like within our muscles, within our cells and tissues, there is heavy energies. So that also is releasing. Yeah. So salt is amazing to be working with, and it's an ancient method as well that has been used either in the Chinese culture or Indian culture, and I'm sure the natives as well, like, some sort of a salt, they have always used it. Yeah. um I was just seeing the Hocus Pocus trailer the other day, and I saw, like, they were using the salt as a protection around in the supermarket. Yeah. From the witches, like, so it was interesting how they were normalizing some of these techniques. I still need to watch the movie, but the trailer, yeah, it's amazing. Some tea or spices to protect. I actually don't know that, Lydia. I know mugwort is great. Like if you smudge mugwort, it's great to release kind of energies of external plane, or allow you to connect to your dream world as well. But I'm not sure on the spices at all. Anyone else? Have you heard about it? That's something to research about. Yeah. I dry brush every morning just after I brush my teeth. Awesome. That's great. And you feel good, isn't it? And you will notice that when you don't, something is missing. So guys, anyone thinking about like tea or spices helping as a protection, do let me know. Let us all know. Yeah. As we are coming closer to, like, the autumn change in seasons, so yeah, grounding, earthing, continue as much as possible, like, bare feet on the earth. You will feel like everything is shredding off, everything that's heavy is releasing. So first thing is, like, we are working on ourselves before we work on others. Again, the same thing. The way, like, how we work. If I don't take care of myself, I'm not going to be taking care of someone else's energies. Like, anything is overwhelming for me. So all this is reducing the burden for yourself before you're able to get into it. Yeah. Able to help others as well. Like, actually thinking about the spices, it reminds me, I used to do this technique last year sometime, is in a black bowl, leave some salt, the rock salt, some peppercorns and bay leaf, and leave at the entrance, inside the entrance of the house, in the corners of the rooms. I did that somewhere, I studied, and it was great to absorb the energies, some of whatever is lying, and then you can throw it out. Yeah. I read it somewhere in a Feng Shui tips or something. I said I'll give it a try. It was good, like, yeah, but I'm not practicing that now, but at the time it was quite good. Yeah. And you can feel, like, sometimes the salt does amazing. It tells us, like, are there heavy energies or not, by melting away, becoming liquid, or the color changing as well. So it's always fun to watch what we are practicing. Is it true or not? Yeah. So is Lydia, it's going to be hard for me to write, but everything is on the YouTube streaming up if you want to re-listen to this part. I'm so sorry. It's just I'm doing from mobile to type in. It's going to take a long time. Something else like the mother nature, definitely, like, get some flowers, like freshen up your home with flowers. So that is going to be great. Like, there is always a reason why we used to have the wreaths, or like, in Indian culture, every festival we will be putting up the mango leaves around the house, or the neem leaves around the house, to ward away any evil eye, or any negative energies that would be coming into the house as well. So yeah, so they have so much of a beautiful essence, like leaving the pumpkins out, or like, the leaves out as well. So Mother Earth is amazing how she heals and how she protects us as well. Before I forget, my favorite one is Archangel Michael. Do you all work with Archangel Michael? Do you guys know him? He's my favorite archangels, who protects, again, no matter, like, in the moment, like when you are in a danger, where you're having a hard conversation, call him. Even if you have forgotten, Archangel Michael is my best boyfriend, is what I say, along with Metatron. They always are by your side. But the more you memorize, the more you work with them, like, great, most of your boyfriends too. Yeah, you'll feel so safe, so protected. There are many, many instances, like, I have felt his energies. He lifted up the spirits, or he protected, or he makes sure, like, I don't speak anything that is going to be only coming from a wrong place, or not be absorbed by someone else's conditions, like, and even for my family as well, I would always feel that safety, security with Archangel Michael. Give it a try. Like, if you don't believe in angels, think about, this is your ally that you're working with, like, and it's an extension of you, maybe even, like, yeah, in whatever field, like it I'm not religious. I'm not into like Christianity to, again, like to feel like, oh, Archangel Michael, is he there for me or not? I have questioned, I have worked through all that, like, but now knowing these beautiful angels, archangels, it's the extensions of us who are there, like, and let's better work with them, bring the light into our life, is what my objective would be, like, and that is your protection. Yeah. Having sacred altars is great throughout the house, maybe either a particular location or different places in the house. If you have the sacred altars, like a little light, like, simple candle light that you can light up, maybe have the Palo Santo or an incense there, and maybe a idol or a picture that you feel good about, like, and that's your simple altar, like, or a crystals, tea light, crystals, Palo Santo, as simple as that. Keep it very simple if you want to, and have your altar. So that reminds you there is something higher than you protecting you. Again, a memory note, something there for us to be protected, and that's where you are holding up yourself to. And that's the most important thing. Having these reminders throughout our place is so important here. Trust, again, you're in a good place, things are happening and you can shift up. There are better days for you as well. Like, we don't need to be stuck inside ourselves. That's the other thing. Any pictures will do, like, if you have gods, goddesses pictures, or angels, or saints, you can do it, like, or even flowers will do as well, Bernie. Yeah, anything that raises your frequency, or maybe have something, quotations, like, any proverb or a quote that you feel inspired by, and that's in your altar. Like, yeah, keeping very simple to begin with is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys resonating with it? Is there a lot to consume? I might do another episode of this with a few more, because there are a lot more. Yeah. I just want to pause right now and actually lead you into a light meditation to bring it all energies and feel that. How about that? So anyone new to me, you can give a follow if you're feeling resonated with these topics and the energy of it, like, or energy exchange. You can make a donation as well. So that keeps us going, bring more tools, simplifying it and sharing with you guys as well. So that will be great as um, the funds are also being shared by the Insight Timer. And there is some podcast as well on Insight Timer that I have on these subjects. So maybe you can also listen to that and leave a comment that also helps us. So with that, how about we just close our eyes for a moment, as long as you're not driving, totally safe. Visualize yourself to be closing your eyes. I heard a card, something. I saved all your videos to a list. I'm not sure which you suggested for me. I heard a card, something. Crystal, like to hold for you and your child, maybe, Amy. That would be good. And asking Archangel Michael for protecting you guys, and that will help your child as well to get through the school struggles, whatever they could be. All right. Okay. So close your eyes just for a moment and take a nice deep breath, breathing in and out, relaxing, dropping your jaws, and getting in centered with yourself. Breathing in and out again, loosening up your shoulders, feet on the ground. Feel the connection of your soul. And now visualize a beautiful, beautiful white, bright light coming down from the source and going through your higher chakras and throughout your auric field and in your energy centers. Let this white light slowly move through your body as it is doing, and it's cleansing, releasing anything that is heavy, stagnant through the flow. And let this beautiful white light energy touch the ground, touch the toes, touch the Mother Earth, and slowly integrating and transforming any heavy energies into lighter frequencies. Visualize your cells, any body aches, any muscle pains, or any discomforts with your body, or in your mind, stagnant thoughts to be cleansing, clearing it out with this white light. White purification light, gently moving through, down, 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 down. Feel that energy shift through your fingertips, through your body, through your toes, every part of your body being released. And calling in Archangel Michael to shield and protect you, and to fill you with new ideas, new inspirations. And when you feel ready, you can open up your eyes, shake off the energy, and roll your shoulders. Take another deep breath, feel the integration and feel that lightness around you. When you open up your eyes, you may even feel light color around you. Nice deep breaths. How did you guys feel that? Literally 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. A shift. I can feel my mind calmer now. My voice has changed. Do you guys feel that? Hyper. How is everyone feeling? Sometimes all that after the meditations. It's amazing to notice, like, it could be shorter one or longer one. We just feel like stagnant in the moment, in the present moment, doesn't it? And just like it literally takes a minute or 2 minutes and we can do it. But remember to practice often to make it a habit. Without practice, nothing becomes a habit, and we'll constantly be in a cycle to struggle. But you got the permission, you can do it, and you are doing it. Energy shines out of the body. Sometimes don't want to come back. Absolutely, Amy. I can always see that. Like, I don't get much comments after the meditations I do. And very nice. Grateful for that. Great. And thank you guys so much for this beautiful energy. Just shake your energies off and just feel that beautiful light around and inside you. And any observations, any comments, feel free to message me afterwards or here as well. Yeah. I'll be wrapping up quite early today, 10 minutes before. I have a client coming up, but it's so beautiful, so wonderful to be connecting with you all, connecting in this beautiful space with you all. Thank you so much. You joined. Hey, Gina, good to see you. Yes, this topic is recorded as well, Gina. And also, I think it's on my Inside Timer tracks to listen. Yes, Sammy, great to see you after a long time here. So anyone feeling that love to share and donate feels free anytime, even afterwards, going onto my bio, or anyone is looking for one-to-one healing sessions or energy cleanses sessions. I do offer remote as well. So do check it out. Yeah. And I look forward to coming back on Thursday with some more meditations, and the topic is going to be on Thursday, usually journey with Akashic Records. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you guys there, and remember to use your protection. That's the most important thing. Wear your armor before you go on the battlefield. Literally, the world is a battlefield right now, but we can conquer it by wearing our armors, and your inner strength is the most important thing. Yeah. So don't forget what you got. And simple things are the best ones. Yeah. So thank you guys. And I love those love hearts. Thank you so much for your love and for your presence here. And yeah, remember to shine your light and spread your own light across. And yeah, lots of love. Take care, guys. I'll see you. I think I'll definitely do another episode of this soon. Lots of love. Namaste. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.